I woke up to this. And as you can see, it says, emergency alert, National Weather Service, tornado warning in this area until 8 a.m. This is at 7:32 in the freaking morning. The lights start freaking flickering. And tornado warning, take shelter now. I am in a glass airport. There's a second tornado that touches down. We're about to land. Everybody be in your seatbelts, get to your seats. I'm like in the bathroom trying to pull this thing open. It is not pulling open. Hello everybody, what is up? My name is Gabrielle Moses and welcome back to my video. Oh my gosh, I know I look like crap right now, but that's because I literally just got home from the airport and today was just so insane. I just have to tell you what happened because I almost got trapped in a plane. And before that even happened, I almost got hit by a freaking tornado. Not one, but two tornadoes. And then oh my gosh, I just have to explain absolutely everything because when I say my life is a movie, it is free entertainment for everyone watching because sometimes I don't even believe the things that are happening in my life because I'm just like, what? Like, what are the odds of this actually happening? So today was just really one of those days. But before we get started, hello, my name's Gab. I know I already said that, but I just want to say my name again and say, hi, what's up? How you doing today? Do you need a hug? Because I'll give you a hug. I feel like I need a hug. I really freaking do. I'm finally home though for the next few nights. You guys know I'm never home. I'm always traveling now. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, you see it a lot on there. Today, this is how I feel after all of this. I just want to go like this and just, you know? But unfortunately, we can't do that. So guys, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Also, if you would give this video a like, I would definitely appreciate it. But okay, I'm just gonna jump right into the story time. So I went to Florida to surprise my grandparents. My grandma's birthday's next weekend, but I can't be in town next weekend. So I was gonna surprise them the week before. And they had no idea I was coming whatsoever. So I hop on a plane. My plane was supposed to land at midnight. Well, it got delayed because I was flying Allegiant, which I will never fly Allegiant again because it was such a mess. They didn't tell us that it was delayed until after we were supposed to take off. No one knew what was happening. It was a mess. And then halfway through that flight, there was a medical emergency. Insert video of that right here. Literally, I have no idea what was happening. I woke up halfway through my flight to them asking for any doctors or nurses on board, and I was like, too bad I didn't go to med school or else I'd be able to help in this situation. But I couldn't. And I still have no idea what happened. All we know is they were trying to give a man oxygen. I think he almost passed out or something and he was like having an anxiety attack or something. I'm not 100% sure. They were also taking his blood pressure, checking like all his stats. There's 3 nurses that was helping him. So thank goodness there was medical personnel on our flight. And then whenever we landed, as you guys can see in that little video, there was an ambulance and 3 different firefighting trucks. So my trip started out like that and it was also delayed, so I didn't get back to my hotel till 2 a.m., which was great. And then the next morning I found out, oh, there's gonna be some really severe weather the day I was supposed to leave. And I was gonna be flying Allegiant home from this one very unreliable airport called Punta Gorda. Anyone has ever flown Allegiant into there, you probably know how terrible it can be trying to leave from that airport. And my grandma was also scaring the absolute crap out of me by saying, oh yeah, your cousins were stuck in that airport for 12 hours. And then she told me, oh yeah, and there was one family that was stuck there for 3 days. So in my head, I'm already freaking out, like a terrible storm is coming, like what is happening? Am I gonna have to rebook my flight? So my mom was like, Gabrielle, since you're already stressing about this, rebook your flight to the day before out of a different airline and everything. So I did do that. And before anyone says anything, I flew Spirit. Everyone always craps on Spirit, but you know what? I don't think they're that bad. They get the job done way better than Allegiant does. And I'll tell you why I like them in a second, because they literally flew no matter what through freaking tornadoes. They were determined to get everybody home on time. Literally, despite 2 tornadoes, I was only like 35 minutes late to getting home. So like claps for that. But okay, let me just tell you how the day started that I was just supposed to leave on, and the day that I literally almost got trapped in the bathroom of the airplane after all the tornado stuff happened. And I just have receipts from everything because I just still couldn't even believe the day that I was living. So I was like taking these Instagram stories and thinking like, oh, it can't get worse than this. Then it got worse. And then I'm like, okay, this is a joke now. Then it got even worse. And I'm like, okay, my life is actually just really a movie right now. So this is gonna make a great story time when I get home. So I just started taking video clips. So first of all, I ended up only being in Florida for 24 hours. I landed at 2 a.m. on Saturday morning, was supposed to leave Monday night at like 7 o'clock, but because of the tropical storms and everything, I changed my flight to Sunday. And that was the only like reasonable price flight. So I ended up having to leave my hotel exactly at 8 a.m. because I was going to depart at 10:45 on a Spirit flight. So yeah, that's that. I was really sad, but I did get to spend some amazing time with my grandparents. My grandma cried whenever I came. She was like, I'm just so thankful you're here. And my grandpa was there too. And guys, I'm going to say this right now. Spend as much time as you can with your grandparents because there's only so much time that you get with them. And like, even though I was only there for legitimately 24 hours, everything was worth it when I got to see my grandparents. And I'm so lucky that I even have my grandparents here because my grandparents on the other side of my family, on my dad's side, unfortunately passed away when I was younger. And so this is why it means so much to just be able to even spend time with them. And my mom and then my two sisters are also down there too because we all kind of like surprised them this weekend. Or they knew that my mom and sister, one of my sisters were going, then me and my other sister surprised them. So it was a lot of fun just being able to literally eat pizza with them, hang out at the pool, and just talk. I'm growing up and they're growing too. You're growing older. But back to my little story time because I'm babbling again. So first things first, I wake up. It's the morning of my flight, but guess what? I didn't wake up to my alarm. Instead, I woke up to this. And as you can see, it says emergency alert, National Weather Service, tornado warning in this area until 8 a.m. This is at 7:32 in the freaking morning. Take shelter now in a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. I was in a hotel room on the 7th floor out of 8 floors, right next to the ocean. So then I click on that and I'm like looking on it. I didn't take a screenshot of this, but then they're like, oh, and water spouts are possible too. This warning's gonna stay into effect till 9 a.m. as I'm right by the ocean. I'm like, this is just fantastic. And I was just so mad too because my alarm wasn't supposed to go off till 8 a.m. And meanwhile, my twin sister's freaking out, looking outside the window. The sky is yellow. I'm like, so I'm not gonna go home ever. Like never, ever, ever. And then I also noticed, this part is just like a funny joke to me. If you guys can see at the bottom, for some reason, I didn't even know my ex-boyfriend unadded me on Snapchat. Apparently he did. And he re-added me literally an hour before this all happened and I was just dead asleep. But I saw that too and I was just like, that's just icing on the cake. Like, this is awkward. No bad blood or anything, so it doesn't really matter. I was just like, awkward. So the day's already off to a weird freaking start, you know? And then my mom was like, oh, it'll be fine. The sky's just yellow. At this point, it wasn't even raining. And if you're from the Midwest and you have lived through a few tornadoes, the calm before the storm is just like the time to get your butt out there and get wherever you have to go before the storm hits. And so my mom was like, okay, we're leaving for the airport now. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. So we're driving to the airport. Everything is absolutely fine. I get through the security. I'm literally there so early. I'm there an hour and like 20 minutes before I'm even supposed to board. And I hate getting to the airport early. I'm now the type of person to get there 10 minutes before I board just because I have like TSA pre-check, so I'm never really worried about getting through all the lines and whatnot. And then once I finally sit down, I have my Starbucks egg bites. That's when everything starts hitting the freaking fan. And all of a sudden, everyone's phone starts going off. Sirens everywhere. The lights start freaking flickering. And tornado warning. Take shelter now. I am in a glass airport. Literally, on my Instagram story, I'm like, I'm in a glass airport. Like, this is great. All the freaking sudden, it just starts pouring rain. But as it's pouring rain, as you can see in this video right here, a literal tornado cloud was forming outside the window. And I have a filter on this so you can't really tell, but you could like see the spout of the tornado. That thing was freaking forming. And that Spirit flight was freaking determined to go off. That flight actually took off. I pray for those people in that flight. Somehow, they did manage to freaking take off. Don't know how. Must be an amazing pilot. Again, Spirit's determined to get their customers' places on time. Like what? Even over all the airport intercoms, like before the everything hit the fan, they're like, oh, we're trying to get all the flights to take off before the storm comes in. As the storm's coming in, just they're still taking off. Like whatever. I'm like, you know what? At least that's not me right now. Then my mom texts me as the power's going out. She goes, my grandma and grandpa have no power and no power at the hotel. And my mom was mad because she didn't get coffee. But then she also was really mad because she goes, I just hope we get power. I can't believe I splurged on this nice, I think she meant trip, and we have no power. They had no power all morning. It was out. Luckily the airport, I'm pretty sure had generators or something, so it just really flickered and was only out for like a minute. But everyone else lost power in Fort Myers for a while. My mom's like, there's no way you're taking off. Like, do I need to come and pick you up? I'm like, they haven't really told us. They said that the incoming flight is circling right now above the airport because they couldn't land because of how bad the weather was, and there was lightning, and so the takeoff, the runways were all shut down. So that was fun. And then a few minutes later, my mom sends me this video. Obviously she didn't take it. This is not her talking in it, but it was one of my grandparents' friends' granddaughters that took it, I think, or something like that. Look at that tornado.
It's in front of me. The tornado. It was huge just a second ago. I don't know what to do!
That's just a big girthy one right there. And then, to make matters even better, I am literally scrolling through TikTok and I see this. There's a second tornado that touches down. So that first one was right by the airport, like 2 miles away. That's what I saw freaking for me. And in Florida, they do not have basements. So that's just the start of everything. And then I get on the flight after it kind of is just pouring rain, no more tornadoing anymore. And they close the door. And then as they close the door, I realized how bad I actually have to go pee. I was distracted by the tornadoes. I had a venti strawberry acai drink. My bladder's not that big. And then I post this Instagram story. I'm like, looks like I might be dying on a full bladder, RIP. They just closed the doors and I have to pee, and I also hate airplane bathrooms. Guys, they make me feel so claustrophobic. Every time I'm in there, I cannot do it. Like porta potties, also I can't do porta potties. And airplane bathrooms, no, I just can't. So I held my pee as long as I could. And then I knew if I held it any longer, this is towards the end of my 3-hour flight, I was like, I'm gonna be like a 5-year-old and have an accident. I can't do this. So this is when I get stuck in the freaking bathroom. And I tried my best to stay calm. Of course, I left my phone on my seat because I was like in a rush. I legitimately thought I was gonna pee my pants so bad. So I rushed back there because we're about to land. They just like had the last call, like, hey, if you guys gotta use the bathroom, go now. We're about to land. Get ready for landing or whatever. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, it'll be fine. I can just sneak back there real quick, go pee, even though I hate these bathrooms. And of course, guys, this is like the most embarrassing thing ever in my entire freaking life. Like, you'd think this would happen to like a 7 or 8-year-old, not a 21-year-old getting stuck in the bathroom. So, you know, I'm doing my thing. I'm going to the bathroom. It's one of the doors that fold. So there's 2 different types of airplane bathroom doors. And I know this because I freaking looked this up after I landed because I was so embarrassed that I got stuck in the bathroom. Some fold. Some are just straight plain doors. Well, guess what? On the Spirit flight, it was a folding door. And so opening it from the outside was fine because it folded in. So it's flat and then it folds in and then you walk inside. But then whenever you're trying to get out, it like refolds inward towards you. Guess who couldn't freaking get it open? And then they're going over the intercom and I can literally hear them. We're about to land. Everybody be in your seatbelts. Get to your seats. I'm like in the bathroom trying to pull this thing open. It is not pulling open. And I'm like freaking out in my head. I'm like, I have no cell phone. I mean, even if I did have a cell phone, Spirit doesn't even have Wi-Fi on here. So what am I even thinking? And so I'm yanking and I'm like, I'm breaking a sweat at this point. I'm like, I'm gonna be the girl that goes down as the one who got stuck in the bathroom. Like, I didn't know how dangerous it could be landing in the bathroom. Like, would you, like, would stuff go all over you? I don't even want to think about that. But it came to the point. I am so embarrassed. I didn't even put this part on my Instagram story because of how just even talking about this right now, my cheeks I can feel the heat. They're getting really rosy right now. I ended up knocking on the bathroom door. I knew the flight attendants were checking to make sure everyone had their seatbelts on. And I was just knocking on the door. I was like, hello? Is there a flight attendant that can help me? Because I was jammed from the inside of opening the door. And so she had to open it for me. And she was giggling the entire time she was helping me open the bathroom door. And this is why I hate airplane bathrooms. And I will never go on one ever again. And I don't care how late I am running to my airplane flight or whatever. I will always go to the bathroom before. I will never get stuck in an airplane bathroom ever again, because when I say that was the most helpless I've ever felt in my entire life, I've never had that many incidents happen to me on airplanes in like the course of 48 hours. So maybe I should just take a break from flying. Maybe that's my side. But yeah, there's nothing more humbling than getting stuck in the Spirit bathroom of an airplane as you're about to land and a flight attendant has to help you out. So that's my little story time, guys. I hope you enjoyed me getting stuck in a bathroom. Who would have ever thought that's what the story time would be? I didn't. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one.